Alright, so I guess it's time for another episode. The question is, are you ready for what this episode is going to be? Because it does get a little bit dark at times.
Always ready, man. Let's do this.
Alright, so one of the things that always comes up that everybody goes to when it comes to paranormal or haunts is always insane asylums.
Ooh.
But I want to know, what do you think makes them such a hot spot and such a dark place at the same time?
I think that the reason there's so much activity like at the asylums is because people are really being treated like shit there. Like, you'll very rarely hear of like an asylum closed down and be like, oh no hauntings. It's like, we treated all the residents with dignity. Nah, man, these old ass asylums are fucking throwing people in like padded cells and shit. Like, you know what? You ain't getting food today. You can eat your shit today.
The ice baths and all that shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of them use what's this shit called when they fucking just electrocute them?
Oh, electroshock therapy.
Yeah, that shit too. I think that'd fuck up a person really good.
Well, I mean, one of the big ones is lobotomies.
Ooh.
Shoving shit up people's noses and disrupting their brain circuitry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Make them vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the horrible ones. They would also do, like, purging to fix people. They would make them either, like, puke horrendous amounts or bleed. And to them, that was purging whatever sickness or ailment they had.
That's almost as fucked up as, like, how the fucking the Romans used to do. They'd be like, alright, well, you got some demons in you. We're going to strap you to this chair for 45 minutes, and we're going to beat you senseless.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing if you think about it, as the whole, oh, you're a witch. If you drowned, you were a person. If you survive, then, you're, a witch.
If you survive, you're a witch. If you drown, that's our bad.
Yeah, like
my bad.
How in the hell does that make sense?
That one's on me.
One that I've never heard of was called trepanation.
The fuck is that?
It involved opening a hole in the skull using an auger, bore, or even a saw.
Jesus.
And they said that it would help. It was supposed to relieve headaches, mental illness, or presumed demonic possession.
Who the fuck, like, who's the doctor behind this shit? Like, you got ghosts in your bones, drink this whole bottle of arsenic.
I don't really know, and it's like a lot of these places were able to just get away with shit for so long. Like, that's the question, is how do you go without actually getting caught?
I don't know, man. They got some fucking wacky ass science.
Like, oh, we're gonna poke holes in people's brains and shove electric rods in there, and then someone shows up and they're like, oh, yeah, no, this isn't an electrical rod, it's a straw.
It's a straw.
Like, how in the hell do you get away from that? And it's like,
like when you said that, there's like, they'd make holes in their brain, or they'd like, the only image that came to my mind is be like a crazy fucking doctor, be like, all right, let's get under that hood, fucking saw top of a head, and they just prop it open with one of those fucking the little sticks that they used to hold the hoods open. That's what I imagine in my mind. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would be pretty horrible. Well, I mean, they also did exorcisms.
When science fails you, religion's there.
Yeah. I mean, and then they did, they would put them in the straight jackets and straight put them into isolation, hoping that would cure them. Or the prolonged, like, hour-long ice baths.
Oh, God. The power of Christ compels you, unless the electricity worked. No,
or at that point, it's the power of ice compels you.
The power of ice. 2 fucking vice grips.
But, I mean, that's... So, a lot of places, when you go and it's an insane asylum, you think, are those going to be intelligent haunts that are angry? Are they going to be people that don't even realize they're dead because of the state of mind they were in?
Yeah, like they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They're just real loopy.
Yeah, so I mean, would they think they're dreaming? Like, I don't know how that would work. Or again, if they're just pissed off and they're like, oh, yeah, you're here now. This is our house.
I don't know, man.
Die.
For like the most parts, whenever I'd see like, oh, we're gonna go investigate this insane asylum, be like, well, the ghost is like this little kid that rolls a ball towards you. I just want to see a ghost be like, oh shit, the ghost is throwing shit at people. Like not like chairs, like actual shit. Ghost feces.
I was like, I've actually seen that.
Reese's feces. Sorry. For anybody listening, sorry you had to hear that.
No, I've actually seen where they went into, I don't think it was an asylum, but it was an abandoned hospital.
Yep.
And literally they're recording the video, and you can see down the hallway it's dark, but they have a flashlight, like there's no hallway at the end, it's a dead end.
Yep.
And a rock comes flying from that way, a big ass chunk. It actually might have been like a piece of the wall, and
It's
almost
duty.
hits the homeboy in the head.
It was fossilized duty.
It very well might have been. But
Ghost
it's
just
like,
flinging hobo duty.
but it's like, what would you do at that point? Oh, here's another one that's interesting. Insulin coma therapy. They believe it's insulin shock therapy treatment.
The fuck is that?
Which causes a coma, and they think it's rewiring the brain.
Sounds fucking terrifying, dude.
Yeah, they would deliberately create a low blood sugar coma, and it was a tool for treating mental illness because it was believed that dramatically changing insulin levels altered the wiring in the brain, and it lasted for several decades, from the 30s to the 60s.
You can't be crazy if you're in a fucking coma.
Exactly. It's like, what the hell?
Benny, you take your fucking medicine right goddamn now. You can't make me. I'm gonna put you in a fucking coma. You won't.
Bam!
God damn it, Benny. Look what you made me do.
Now sleep.
Now sleep.
Well, and then there's one called metrazole therapy, which is, I don't know, it's some sort of general electric treatment for psychological. They did it for neurotic cases during World War One.
Did you say General Electric?
Yeah, no,
Like
not the
fucking-
actual company, GE.
Exactly, and they're just putting fucking crazy people in fridges and shit.
And then they did fever therapy, which is one disease to cure another.
Tell me more about that one.
So on that one, the ancient Greeks had observed that a period of fever sometimes cured people of other symptoms, but it wasn't until the late 1800s that fevers were induced to try and treat mental illness.
That's so fucking
There was a
stupid.
person that was giving a lecture about syphilis and malaria and saying that a fever could cure the patient of the psychosis caused by his syphilis.
I think that was the syphilis talking.
Yeah, like
Do you know how like when you get in, like to like the further stages of syphilis, it starts like rotting your fucking brain. Like Al Capone, that dude was fucking loopy as hell. Like he go fishing in his fucking pool, buzz, because he had like syphilis for like a long time. Like it starts rotting your brain. I just imagine that shit too. People be like, "I'm gonna give you a fucking fever to cure you." Like, are you sure it's not the syphilis just popping up on you? No, I've never been clear-minded in my life.
as they have a 112-degree fever that's starting to fry their brain.
Come here, let me cough in your mouth. No, get away.
I mean,
It's the syphilis talking.
I mean, it's insane. Like, what would you do if you
Had
you know,
syphilis? I don't know.
No, like, well, because I've heard even like old folks' homes are treating people in fucking barbaric ways.
Just like straight beating old people.
Yeah, like literally, like going without feeding them, or if they're
It's
people
fucking
that can't
crazy.
change their diaper, like they won't change them, and they'll lay in there for weeks in a fucking filthy diaper and get like bed sores and all that from not being changed, and then they'll get
Yeah.
off without like ever being, you know.
That's abuse right there, man. Fucking, you gotta send these people to jail, but they're not doing shit about it.
No, and that's the crazy and creepy thing. It's like what goes on behind the corners. Same thing, and look at that. What, there's a guy here who ran that mortuary
Yeah.
that was doing crazy shit with the bodies, like giving them to the military for experiments.
Oh, jeez, you said they were doing crazy shit. I thought they were just like reenacting that scene from Dirty Dancing.
Oh no.
When the cadaver just fucking, they throw it at one with another person, he just lifts them up. While fucking Hungry Eyes is playing in the background.
Yeah, no, that'd be
That'd be something to see.
that
Actually,
yeah, that would
I
be
was gonna add,
something.
now that you brought that up, I had a question. What do you think's more haunted, a fucking insane asylum or an old folks home? Because a lot of these places aren't treating them too well. They're like Like they're just like so far gone, dude. Like my older brother's ex-girlfriend's brother, if that makes sense. He used to work at a nursing home, and there is this dude that, like, at the same time, like, I think it was like midnight.
Yeah.
He'd wake up from like sleeping like right on the clock midnight, and he'd walk into the little assisted living room area where they'd all hang out.
Yeah.
And he'd stand in a corner, and he was saying that he was like talking to his mom. Like, he'd have like a full blown conversation with her. Like, if she was there, like, fucking, she's responding back to him. He's pausing, he's listening, and he'd respond back to her. But it was like every single night at midnight until he passed away. But like the closer it got to like him dying, like the more he like knew he was gonna go. He was like, oh, my mom, this, and this. And he would, the dudes that worked there, my brother's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He would tell us like the stories, like, oh no, he did this and this and this, and it's getting like, it's getting worse. Like, he's just like having like these weird conversations. Like, at first it was just like him like reminiscing on childhood, like talking to his mom, like, oh, you remember this and this. But like the closer he got to like the time that he'd passed away, it was more talking about like the future, like, oh yeah, I can't wait to do this with you, and we're gonna do this and this. And that's crazy, because you think, like, was he just fucking like that he was getting close to death, like he's able to see that shit?
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's the thing, is they say that the closer to death you are, the more you can see.
Before, like, that's like where the lines blur between the living and the dead. It's like that little split second right there.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, you know, my dad, who's, you know, withering with cancer, it's the same thing. He says he sees, you know, dead people and ghosts and just creepy shit all the time.
That's terrifying as fuck.
Yeah, it definitely makes you want to not get cancer or any other sickness, but...
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it, though.
I don't know, because I feel like back in the day, asylums might possibly have a little more, but at the same time, you know, old folks' homes, there's multiple people dying there every day.
Oh, yeah, true.
But, I mean, the difference is
the treatment.
That and being it's more of a natural death as opposed to, you know, you go to the asylums, especially back in the day.
Fucking syphilis doctors just holding you under fucking ice water.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that electroshock therapy, that goes wrong, your brain's fried. I mean, you know, you shove an ice pick up someone's nose to scramble their brain and give them a lobotomy. Like, how long are they going to last if they even make it through that procedure?
Yeah, but I think it also goes back to what Frankie was saying last podcast. Was it the last one we did with him?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Putting out that energy, because that energy stays in a room. Energy, once you put it out, it isn't like you can't put it out. You put it out, but you can't get rid of it. Like, it's always gonna linger in that area. Yeah. Shout out to Frankie. I know you're listening, but that's
we got to do your part 2, man.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, with the asylums having such shitty treatment of people, like, you gotta think, like, all that pain, all that suffering, it's linger. That's like further, like, that's not just a building anymore, man. That's like in the roots of the ground and shit. Like, you can't get that fucking energy. That's soaked in that fucking area. You can't get rid of that.
Well, and it's like, you know, that's why a lot of people, if you notice, anytime they go into that type of area, they immediately feel like heavy, depressed, like trapped.
Like something's happened here.
Yeah, and it's never a good feeling. I mean, imagine going and actually being someplace, even being able to visualize just what happened, you know, going into a room and seeing one of the ice bath, basically, like, bathtubs set up somewhere, and just being able to picture, like, what it would have been like being stuck, because I believe they were also metal.
Ooh.
So if you think about it, that, you know, that keeps the cold in there.
It's like it putting something in a fucking itself. Yeti cooler.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
So it's one of those things that, I mean, it's fucked and it happens, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing with war.
Yeah, like like you would imagine, like a fucking, like a battlefield like Gettysburg, they'd have some residual energy trapped there.
That's a place I actually want to go, because I've heard of a lot of crazy shit happening there.
Isn't there like a lone soldier or something like that?
I mean, people have said that they've seen multiple soldiers running. I mean, they've seen all kinds of shit. I don't know why that came out so weird.
It's just a bunch of teenagers just fucking reenacting the battle. Bunch of fucking nerds.
I mean, they do that too. The military version of LARPing.
Reenacting, I like that, man. Reenacting is just fancy LARPing.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
But the question is, okay,
My old-timey musket takes you for 3+ damage.
Well, the question is, okay, what if you go to, we'll say, LARP instead of reenact? Because, I mean, it's fucking LARPing. It is what it is. But you go do that on Gettysburg. Like, what if you're going to shoot somebody and they actually, like, you shoot and homeboy disappears? Like, what would you do at that point? Like, you shot at a fucking ghost.
Like, what the fuck?
And just turn around and run?
Yeah, pretty much, man. That's when you gotta put the fucking, your old-timey gun, you gotta put that shit sideways, fucking gangster style, just intimidate some fucking ghost.
Yeah, I don't know if that'd work.
Probably wouldn't.
It's worth a shot, but I don't think it would work.
Just holding a fucking rifle sideways. What up, homie?
See, and me, my ass is, oh yeah, that I just saw someone vanish in front of me. I'm going to it.
Oh god, I'd be like, nope, I'm going away from this. That motherfucker's got ghosts on your side? Little known fact, the South had ghosts during the fucking war.
That's why they were called the Dirty South.
Jesus.
Because they cheated with specters.
Yeah, but the North had Ghostbusters, so we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, they cross the streams. But, I mean, it follows you everywhere, but it's like, what places could be, you know, the most haunted or most filled with bad energy? Because, I mean, think about hospitals, too. Neglect goes on there.
Man. Not even that, just people dying just like shitty fucking ways, dude. I'd assume hospitals would be like the most fucking, like the number one haunted spot. Because like mental asylums now, they got like some kind of fucking regulation where like, hey, you can't go around beating fucking people. But hospitals, I mean, just people fucking die there. Like even in the emergency rooms, like somebody comes in, like a fucking rod went through their head in a car crash or some shit.
Gunshot victim.
Yeah, they just fucking die right there, dude. You gotta fucking imagine all that shit. Oh man, that'd fucking suck. If I'm about to die, don't take me to a hospital. Take me somewhere nice. Take me to like a fucking Arby's. I just want to fuck with people.
I'll take you to an insane asylum.
Nah, bro, take me to Wingstop. I can be the ghost that eats all the fucking... When the wings hit the ground, they just throw it away. The wings become ghosts. They'd be munching on ghost wings.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, that's another thing. Why do you think ghosts stick around, or what creates a ghost? You know, there's that old, it's unfinished business.
Yeah, but then you have people who just fucking died in a shitty situation, and then you have their fucking energy lingering around. Because what I think ghosts are, personally, is I think it's just displaced energy. Because I believe that, I'm about to sound like a hippie, as I slide a crystal into your palms and tell you to fly, baby bird.
Let your hair down.
It's a great song. No, but I think that ghosts are just displaced energy, because I think that everybody is energy. And when you die, you can't destroy that energy. It just goes somewhere else. It's like displaced. Like, sometimes it's just going to get fucking trapped somewhere. And that's just what I think it is.
So then do you think it's part of the soul? Or is it not part of the soul? I mean, that's where lines kind of...
We'll be back after a quick break.
Are you a huge cunt?
Us too. Wait, can we even say cunt?
Of course! It's empowering these days. Cunt, 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 cunt. I'm Ange Ballastone, aka the drag queen, That Girl Gina.
And I'm Mike Fales, just a normal gay guy, I guess?
And we're the hosts of The Big Cunty Couch.
A gorgeous new talk show podcast where we invite queers and peers to sit, bitch, and be fierce on a huge-ass couch.
While we gab about all things gay.
So come get cozy.
And cunty.
With us. We're panned for platforms, so find us anywhere online and get listening, sweetie.
Or watching.
Or both.
Otherwise, why the hell am I in full drag?
And we'll see you on the big... Oh, wait. I thought we were going to say that together.
No. On the Big Cunty Couch. Mwah.
I don't know, man, because now that I'm thinking about it, I never really thought about the way you put it. I don't know. I don't think the energy is soul. I think energy is its own thing, and the soul might be something different.
I mean, that does go back kind of to The voodoo roots.
Yeah.
Spicy witchcraft.
Spicy witchcraft. Callback. Shameless plug.
Well, I mean,
T-shirt.
we do have those shirts out there. But no, I mean, the energy thing does make sense.
But at the same time, if you're thinking about spirit-wise, it kind of disproves the energy thing, because I don't think a spirit could... Well, maybe spirit can be energy. But,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, spirits use energy to manifest themselves.
yeah.
Like, typically, you'll notice a lot of battery drain and electronics failing,
yeah.
and then something happens. Or that's why they also say, like, around water, rivers, oceans, whatever,
You'll get
spirits
yeah.
have more strength.
That's crazy.
Wait,
Fucking people are drowning and shit.
well, that's what I was going to say. So what about the ocean? I mean, all the boats that sink out there,
Ghost seals.
all the boats that get shot down in war or sunk in war.
Yeah.
Like, if you go and dive and explore a sunken ship, are you going to see the ghosts of the people down there? Are you going to see them above, like, drowning like they were when they died?
I don't know, man. I don't think oceans might have... maybe oceans might have ghosts. I'm not sure, man.
Well, I mean, look at all the
Flying
ghost ships
Dutchman.
that they talk
Yeah.
of. That legit just go on without anybody, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
I think only one or two have ever been boarded,
Yeah.
but nothing was ever found on them.
That's crazy.
And it's things where you'd see them in one part of the ocean, and then like a month later in a completely different ocean. Like, you might see them in the Pacific,
Yeah.
then randomly they're in the Atlantic. And it's like, okay, well, how do you make it that far of a journey floating dead with no power
Yeah.
in like a month? That's not fucking possible.
I don't know, man. That's a trip, because I don't... Like, I know there's, like, ghost ships that people see, but I don't think there's ever gonna be just, like, a random ghost walking over the water. Only if they die, they're gonna be fucking, like, contained to where they died. So, like, people fucking die in a ship like the Titanic and shit. Then you're gonna just be in that fucking ship area. Oh, let's explore this. Like, is that the ghost Titanic?
See, now that makes me want to do... I've never been diving. I want to try it. I would try it with a bunch of people, so if a shark came, we could all team up on it. But,
Beat the shit out of a shark?
yeah.
You trying to fist fight a shark, bro?
Yes, I am. But I think it'd be interesting to go and explore a ship and actually just sit. Like, find a big enough ship to where you can sit and just stare off into a room and see if you see anything trippy happen. Like, see if you see... I mean, again, I just have a strange curiosity with anything paranormal or weird.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go like half believers, half non-believers. The believers gonna be like, I saw something move. It's like, it's a fucking fish.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, you know, I'm not... I think there's a real fine line between believers and people that are just obsessed, like it has to be something paranormal. I mean, if a window's open in two different spots in the same house, but around a breezy day, shit in a room far away, it's gonna fucking move. Like, unless you're sitting there closing every single fucking window before you do shit, like, you just can't sit there and say, oh god, I heard a noise, it's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
When really, fucking your guy that you're exploring with just farted down the hallway and it echoed in.
Didn't that happen to you once?
No. Never happened to me.
Would have been funny if it did.
That would have been a story. I mean, with this recorder, it'd be able to pick it up.
Boop. What was that? Tara, is that you? Better goddamn tell me that's you.
And then something whispers in your ear. No.
Chipotle. Sponsor us.
I mean, that would be creepy as hell regardless. Any sort of whisper in your ear.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking terrifying.
Actually, you know what? Well, yeah, we'll do it. Go ahead and explain what was going on the other day here.
Oh, which part though? Because that's a lot of shit going on here, dude.
Let's hear it all. I think
All
this
right.
will be interesting.
So I'm pretty sure we talked about it on one of the previous podcasts where we moved to a new apartment here. We've been here like a month and a half.
Yeah, a month and a half.
Yeah, we've been here about a month and a half. Where we had me and my roommate. We've seen a bunch of we've seen and heard weird shit, dude. So the first thing that happened, I believe that she heard the toilet lid just fucking drop. And I was like, all right, that's something weird. And then
Actually, it happened multiple times.
Multiple times?
Yeah, we were literally just laying down, and all of a sudden you hear it, and she goes, "Hey, did you hear that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it sounds like the toilet lid fell." I figured,
Yeah.
oh, maybe a loud bang from upstairs or something vibrated
Yeah.
the wall, knocked it down.
yeah.
But then it happened 2 more times.
Oh my god. And so that was the first thing that happened. And then the second thing was when I think it was like night 2 that I spent here. So I was getting ready for work in the morning, and I went to go grab my socks out the dryer, and I couldn't find them. So I'm like shouting into my roommate because I had seen her like walk through in her room.
Yeah.
I saw her walk from one end of her room to the far end of her room, which would be where her restroom is. So I was shouting in. I was like, she's not fucking hearing me? So I go in the room. I was like, hey, have you seen my socks? And then when I go in, all the lights are off. And I go and open the bathroom, and nobody's in there. So I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I'll just grab a pair of socks I have over here.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then I want to say the next thing that happened was the tall man, where she had seen him when we were in the...
we were all in the room.
we were all hanging out in her room, and we're having a conversation. I'm sitting with my back to the wall, and she's sitting facing me, so she can see into like the kitchen and then my room. But I'm talking to her, and I just see her like eyes dart off to the side. I was like, what the fuck? And as I finished my thought, and I told her, I was like, what are you looking at? She's like, I swear to God, I just saw a tall dude just walk from like the living room area into the kitchen area.
Yeah.
I was like, that is fucking insane. And I had seen that fucking the same figure. I had seen it walking in from her room, same thing from one end to the other end. And that's when I had come home, I don't want to say early, but usually earlier than I do. And no one was here. So just when times like that, I just tend to lock myself in my room. I was like, safety.
All lights on in the room, every door
he goes,
open.
bitch, you know the rule, you can't come in my room. You have to knock first. And then
As we hear a knock on your door.
fuck that, I'm like, I'm out. Mom, I'm gonna stay at your place for a couple nights. But the next thing is I had bought this like little motion sensor light for my toilet, which I thought was pretty cool. You walk by and it flashes a bunch of like different like lights, like a little rave.
It literally looks like the gamer version of a toilet seat.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is.
That RGB lighting for a toilet.
Yeah, but the layout of my room is you come in and it's my bed, and then off to the right side is my closet, and then it's the bathroom. And I always have these doors open and with the lights on because I don't have a lamp in my room, and my room doesn't have like an actual light.
Yeah.
Fucking ghetto ass shit. Yeah, I'll have my bathroom open, and then I'll have my closet open. So whenever I need light, I'll just turn the light on right there, and they'll illuminate my room because my room's not that big. But I was laying down over here on my bed, and I was looking into the bathroom because I just bought this cool little wreath from my older sister. She makes like these weird like crafts and whatnot. They're super fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I bought this wreath. It was like a Day of the Dead thing. So like it's a black wreath, and then it has like red roses on it, and then in the middle of it is like this like skull mask, like a Catrina mask, like the female death in like Mexican culture.
Yeah.
So I had that, and I was just staring at it, and then all of a sudden the motion sensor light in my bathroom turns on, and it starts like flashing. And the whole thing with the light is it'll flash like blue, then red, then green, then yellow, then blue, then white, and then it flashes like that. It takes maybe like 3 seconds for the light to like change colors.
Yeah.
And it got stuck like on like this weird like reddish kind of thing. So I was like, that's enough of that. So I got up and I turned the light on the bathroom, which shuts off the motion sensor light. And I'll turn it off, and then I'll just go to bed. And you hear that? Weird. So I've had that a couple of times where I'll walk into my room, and I'll lay down on my bed, and I'll just be on my phone, and then I'll see the light in my bathroom turn on the motion sensor light. And I was like, that's fucking terrifying, dude.
Just start keeping your bathroom door closed at night.
Oh, man, I might have to just get rid of that light.
What I would do, and I don't know if you'll actually do it or not, but I would keep the door closed, and if you see the light turn on, look at the bottom crack.
Man, fuck
And
that.
see if you see something fucking move in there.
Nah, I'm gonna go sleep in your guys' room now. I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Pay $1,000 for that fucking couch. It better be comfy. But and then the most recent thing actually that happened was, I want to say Friday. I got here, and I got here maybe like 1, and in the afternoon, not the morning. 1 in the afternoon, and I came in from I had just bought food, and I came in, and I'm walking this way, and I get to my door, and I hear your voice, and I hear my roommate's voice.
Yeah.
And I can hear you guys like whispering, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I didn't see his car outside. And I go back to the door and I check. I was like, "Nah, your car isn't here," because you usually park within like the first like maybe 4 or 5 spots right here in front of the building.
Yeah, anytime possible.
Yeah. So I was like, I was gonna walk over there and check it out, but it's like a shadow under the door. I was like, and everything in my body told me, "Don't do it. This is how people die in horror movies. Like, if this is a horror movie, you're gonna be the first ethnic kid that gets killed." I was like, I'm gonna go lock myself in my room. And yeah, man, I locked myself in my room until you guys came, and then I fucking gave you a heads up on that. That shit was terrifying. And
Yeah, that's...
like, whenever I see or hear this shit, it's always coming from my roommate's room.
Seeing it's the same thing, it seems like when she sees anything, it's around your room. Like, what kind of sick fucking game is going on here?
I don't know, man. I was gonna buy sage and burn it, but then that just seems to piss it off.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to like open like all the doors and windows and shit, and then burn the sage to let the bad energy in. But then you also have to burn like, what is it called, like elker grass or something like that, to bring positive energy in.
I mean, there's things you can do, but depending on what kind of thing it is,
Yeah.
it can either cleanse it or just piss it off, and at that point, then you're just screwed.
Yeah. I'm gonna just have my mom come in and fucking bless the house. That's actually a story we can dive into for the next episode if you want to do. But yeah, man. I have a story about my mom, because I was actually talking to my older sister about this, and then because we were heavily involved in the churches, and just like a little backstory. I don't want to jump into the other story before the next episode, but yeah, she has a belief that like everybody like that's in like the church and like a devout member, everybody has like a certain role to play. Like, there's people that can be like, oh, like, I'm gonna help the Lord with childcare, I'm gonna help the Lord with security. It's like, this is my gift, like. And then you have people that are like the worship team, and there are people that are like missionaries, and then people that can pray for other people in bad situations.
So if I was going to be a church member, would mine be, hey, I can lift heavy shit for people?
Pretty much. No, but that's the whole thing, though. Like, nobody knows what exactly where your calling is. But my mom has a real good track record with expelling evil shit. Like praying like in an area and then just it fucking cleansing itself. And I'm pretty sure you're trying to end the episode here.
Oh no, I was just leaning in to listen.
But,
I don't know why when I have a headset on and can clearly hear what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, but yeah, that'd be for the next episode though. But she had this pretty cool little encounter that I was able to be around for, and yeah, man, we'll get into that for the next episode. Make it a 2-parter here.
Well, then you know what I'm going to say? We can go ahead and cut it there and then shock the hell out of people in the next one.
All right, man, let's do it.
Well, then this is us two crazy-ass people signing off for the night, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Good night.